Hey guys, this is Steve Sterlacci, and if you are a country guitar playing fan and you listen to country music that's come out in the last 10 or 15 years, the chances are that you have heard one or two or both of these pedals. So the two pedals that you'll see on almost every session player's board are a vintage Nobels ODR1 and a vintage Ibanez Mostortion MT10. So I started following a lot of these, session players because that's what I aspire to be one day. And I noticed all of them have these pedals and swear by them. Not just have them, but swear by them. So I figured there has to be something about them. So I did some hunting. It took me a while. It took me like a year to find both of them for prices that were not outrageous, but I pulled the trigger on both of them. So now I have my own original Nobles and I have an original Mostortion. The Nobles have been reissued. They do have a regular full-size reissue, and they also have a mini that just came out recently. The Mostortion, though, has never been reissued, and there's a couple of clones out there, but I don't know. I haven't played the original enough to know if any of the clones sound good, but there might be something coming in the next couple of weeks relating to that. So I have the two of these on my board right now, and I'm going to show you guys, just tweak through the settings and show you what they sound like. So for the clean sound, I am using my HX Stomp directed in my interface, and I'm using a matchless setting. So here's what that sounds like. I'm on the bridge pickup. This is my Iconic Guitars, my brand new guitar. And let's hear what the bridge pickup sounds like. Now let's go to the Nobles with these current settings right here. So I like the Nobles because it's really good for a bridge pickup on a telly. It adds a nice bass and rounds out the high end of it, makes it sound pretty cool. And this is what I have for the Mostortion. This is just kind of some stock settings that I was messing around with, and then I'll cycle through. So I have the Mostortion through an effects loop on my Stomp, so I don't have to keep stepping on it. They're very flimsy pedals, so I don't want to keep pushing the pedals. So I just keep it on and in the effects loop of the Stomp. So here's these settings on the Mostortion. What I like most about the Mostortion is that you could hear all the strings no matter how much you gain it up. So I'll put the gain up a little bit more. And just listen to how clear you can still hear all the strings. A little more gain than I would be normally using, but even at a little bit past half, like maybe 1 o'clock or so, just a really nice cranked up type of sound. So those are the basic settings that I use, but now I'll sweep around and I'll mess around with some of the settings. So let's go back to the Nobles. Again, I'll be on the bridge pick of the telly right now, and let's hear what the neck sounds like. This is the full humbucker neck pickup. Here is both the pickups together. Here's the coil split with the bridge pickup. So again, really clear. Now let's gain this up a little bit more. Back to the bridge pickup. So the Nobles can get real mean sounding as you jack up this gain. Let's go even more. Can also do it pretty good with low gain. I use it on this setting a good amount, like just the low gain, nice fatten up the amp and smooth out the bright telly pickups. Back to the neck pickup. This is both single coil pickups together. So that's a brief overview of the Nobles. There's a couple pretty good demos out there if you want to see more in depth about it. So now let's go to the Mostortion again. The Mostortion, I don't even know, is it Mostortion, Mostortion? I have no idea. It's one of those, I guess. It's MOSFET, so it's Mostortion. I don't think it's MOSFET. That doesn't make sense. But yeah, so the Mostortion. So again, this is the bridge pickup. This is kind of my stock setting that I've been using on it. This is with the full humbucking neck pickup. Here's both single coiled. The really cool thing about this is that it's really flexible in that it's got this 3-band EQ on it. So you have a bass, middle, and treble knob. And that really allows you to shape the sound of it. I think it sounds great with them all right at 12 o'clock. I'm going to keep the gain where I like it for this, just to show you the flexibility of the EQ, which is really where this shines. So let's hear with some of the bass rolled off. So with the bass pushed a little bit, it really helps out the telly bridge pickups, and that's a big reason why a lot of the Nashville guys are using this. Let's go to the middle. Let's dump out the mids. So now it becomes real Fender-like with a real clean Fender amp-like. Now let's jack up the mids. So now the mids kind of take it into like a Marshall type of territory, a nice like plexi driven sound. Yeah, I usually keep the mids flat around noon. Now here's what we could do with the high end. It's a treble all the way up. A little too bright and harsh for me. Let's go the other end. Let's bring the treble down. I kind of like it a little warmed out with that treble knob down. Let's have some fun and put them together. So that's the both of them together. I was going back and forth between the neck pickup and the humbucker. But you can see how much sustain and singing lead sound that you get from the two of them together. Like I said, if you listen to any type of country music in the last 10 or 15 years, you most definitely heard one or both or a combination of these two overdrive pedals. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of how these sound. Do you think that they're worth the hype? Because these are very expensive now on the used market. All these guys swear by these pedals. So do you think that they're worth it, or do you think it's not worth it? Should I keep them or should I not? I think I'm going to, but just for value's sake. I personally really love both of them, and I think they're going to stay on the board, and I have no complaints about either of them. I think that they're both fine investments, and if you can get your hands on either of them, you should. But yeah, let me know what you think. You're the ones that matter, right?